talk to your partner how he needs to move it. Let him know what he needs to do. Got your ears lined up.
Getting closer. The dead thing. Turn it till it's hot.
Do a little twist back just a little bit to make sure you're clipped. Alright. Now you can set that down and screw on your low level strainer. What do you want to check on the low level strainer before you put it on? Okay, what else? Using this as a suction, what's the most important part of this thing? You ever got a pinch of straw and got a break in it when you drink? When you get down to that level, what do you start sucking? Air. What prevents this connection from sucking air? That gasket. So you want to make sure the gasket's in there, make sure it don't have any damage to it. You can look at it and go, yep, and then that's all it takes. Okay, we're not talking about a 10-minute, let's pull it out with a microscope. Okay, make sure that it's there, because what if it fell out in the truck? What you're doing here is pointless, and we don't have time to waste. So we just want to make sure we get it right the first time. All right, go ahead and get it on.
Answer my phone right now. Answer me.
All right, set it on the ground so you know you got it oriented correctly. 3, 4, 5 bumps. Put your foot on it.
Good.
That'll work. Now you should be able to lift it up and set it down. Now as we set the dump tank up, we talked about where your drain needs to go. Now if we're on much of a slope, and I would say this is approaching a decent slope here, when possible, where do you want your low level strainer to be in the dump tank? So you get the most water, right? Again, not rocket science, but it is something you need to process. This is not one of those things you memorize. This is what we call common sense. This really has nothing to do with firefighting. It's just about pulling the water out. Will you always be able to do that? No. You're not always going to be able to do that. What if the dump tank had to be set up right here? The only thing you can do is put it on the side of it. That's okay. But when you can, think about where you're placing it, right? Now, everybody's going to be involved in placing this. It's whoever shows up on scene first, the people that are standing around. Most everybody's done this before. Mike's done this a bunch over the years. But particularly with you two guys, if y'all show up on scene, you're going to use some muscle right here to help get this set up, and then you're going to pack up and go. What type of pump is in this truck? And what I mean by that is, what does this pump pump? Does this pump air? It sucks at it. It's not. It don't do that, right? So we have a ton of air in this suction hose right here, right? So there's two ways to do this. Priming, if we're not already pumping water. If we're already flowing water, you're going to have to shut down to run your primer and open this valve. If we're already pumping water, you can slowly open, and you can nurse this up in here. If you're going to do that, it takes great patience. You have to be very careful, and you have to have almost a full tank of water if you're fighting a fire, because this is going to take just a second, but it can be done. So we want to practice that and play with it. We're going to do that in this kind of scenario here, so nobody's lives are at stake. That's why we're doing this here. Let me get a nozzle set up on the other side so that we can spray water.